Live from Kentucky and Louisiana, two Marines, one mission. This is Sense and Senseless.
Welcome to Sense and Senseless. I'm Brian.
And I'm Jason.
He's Jason. Tonight's going to be a little different. We're going to talk about 764, how a satanic cult became the most dangerous grooming ring on the internet. Imagine your 13-year-old daughter's carving a stranger's name into her thigh with a box cutter, while 20 strangers count down from 10 on Discord. This is not a horror movie. This is happening tonight. And the people making it happen are mostly teenagers themselves. Welcome to the hell known as 764. This is a journalist who's going to give you a little background on this.
Hi everybody, Lori Fulbright here, a crime reporter of more than 30 years. If you have not heard about 764, so here's a little educational tutorial. It is an online network of some evil people. These, they're considered violent extremists, they're considered violent predators, and their whole mission in life is to go after young kids, 10 to 17 years old. And they befriend them at first, and they, go after kids who maybe are vulnerable, and then they befriend them through like games, Roblox and Minecraft, or apps like Discord or Telegram, Snapchat, Instagram. Anyway, they start off nice, right? But then they kind of switch it to, I need you to send me some sexy pictures. I really care about you. I love you. I need you to send me this. I need you to harm your family pet. I need you to send me pictures of your sibling, or I need pictures of you touching your sibling in a sexual way. I mean, they are just doing terrible, evil things, really coercing these kids, and then it becomes threats, right? If you don't do this, I'm going to share those sexy pictures that you sent me with everybody on the internet, and if you don't harm yourself, if you don't cut yourself and send me video of it or live stream it, bad things are going to happen. And it's even led to some children committing suicide because of these threats that are coming from this group. Now, 764 is just one of these groups. The FBI, the Justice Department have considered them a terrorist organization. They have arrested hundreds of them. They are charging with terrorism charges. It's called 764 because it's the first three numbers of the zip code where the founder grew up in Texas. And he was a kid who was bullied online. He founded this group in 2021. And in 2023, he was sentenced to 80 years in prison for having all this child sexual abuse material, child pornography. But it's not just this group. There are lots of groups like this out there, and they are all competing to be the worst of the worst. And they're all targeting children. So parents need to know what apps their kids are on, what games they're playing, and what kind of messaging capabilities those games have. And talk to their kids. If someone is harassing you, bullying you, threatening you online, log off, right? And tell someone. You don't have to be forced into sending sexy pictures. You don't have to be forced into hurting yourself or hurting someone else. It is just such a terrible thing what these groups are doing. And of course, they specialize in these psychological techniques to coerce these children and groom these children and then threaten these children and scare them. So an important resource for every parent is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You guys, they are great. If you're having trouble, if your child is having trouble, contact them. Also, they have a section on their website called Take It Down, and it's for anybody under the 18 years old who might have had some sexy pictures out there generated online. It will go and look for those images and scrub them off so that kids don't have to live in fear that those are always going to be out there somewhere. They also have a video called No Escape Room, and it really shows how these predators work, how they...
How terrible is that? Teenagers, hurting other teenagers. I mean...
It's not even like adults. I'm sure there's some out there, but this is mainly teenagers doing this.
Yeah, and they said the guy that started it, whenever he started it, he was actually groomed or a victim, however you want to look at it first, before, right. he started any of this other stuff. And they said most of the, well, I can't say most of them, but a lot of them actually start off by being a victim, and then from being a victim, then they get brought into the group. It's part of like an initiation of somewhat.
Right.
So this is Ryan Montgomery. Ryan Montgomery, if you haven't heard of him before, I mean, he's very good. He's been tracking predators, child predators for a while now. He's a very, very good hacker. He's developed multiple tools to find, these sick people. And now he works with like the FBI and, local police and catching these guys. And But he was just on the Sean Ryan show, and if you haven't seen it, it's really good. It's a good watch. It's long. I think it's 2 or 3 hours. His actually going over 764 is probably like the last third of it, the last quarter of it. But I mean, it is a good watch if you haven't seen it, especially if you have children. It's disturbing, but some of these things you need to know. So I'm gonna let Ryan explain it in his own words. What he sees about 764.
764 group is a Satanist cult group that focuses on extreme violence, and one of the main things that they focus on is sextortion towards children. They're labeled as a nihilist group, and for anyone that doesn't know what a nihilist is, it just means like they believe that nothing matters. No, like there's a group called it, but no lives matter. No human life matters. Nothing matters. That's what a nihilist is. And these people have proved over and over again that they fit exactly the description that they're labeled as. And there are a ton of offshoots of this group, which I want to make it very clear that the main reason why they do a lot of the things that I'm about to show you is to get the recognition for it. There is to get the recognition individually, even if they're part of a group or a group that, they just want their group out there in any way, whether it's negative or positive. This group isn't looking for positive attention. I'll just be candid about it and tell you they extort children out of sexual material. They extort children into cutting their wrist, hurting themselves, cutting areas of their body, engraving their names into their chests, their legs, their arms, their faces.
Yeah. As people that's befriending them, and then having them do all this stuff. It's a sick control thing that they have. And I don't understand it, by no means. I mean, you can't have any empathy. You have to be a psychopath, to be able to do stuff like that, in my opinion. So go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's just, this stuff blows my mind. I had no idea. My
Yeah,
kids
and a
have
lot of people
phones.
don't.
I had no idea.
And the bad thing is, we sit here and I can't say I'm, even good at, I've done this myself. You hand the kid a phone, you hand them an iPad, you put them in front of a screen, you put on, a cartoon or game or something, and they're playing it. And as long as they're quiet, you're good. I mean, now that's where they're getting these kids. And I think that the main age is like 11 to 17. So we talk a lot about the evil in society and where all this, how did it get so evil? So I was kind of curious on where this all came from. And in the interview, he's talking about the Order of Nine Angels. And it's a Noah O9A is an abbreviation for it. And Order of Nine Angels is where the 764 group actually comes from. It doesn't come like, it wasn't like the Order of Nine Angels and then the 76 group. It was a couple layers. But the 764, the monster that it became, it started from the general group of Order of Nine Angels, which was in, I think, 1969 in rural England. There's a man calling himself Anton Long. His real name was David Myatt. He was a convicted neo-Nazi, starts writing manuscripts that are still online today. So the titles in the Black Book of Satan and Hostia. In plain English, these books teach that human sacrifice, they call it culling, is a sacred act. Rape and murder opens gates to dark gods. Society must be collapsed through chaos so a galactic master race can rise. They even give step-by-step instructions on how to kidnap, bind, sexually assault, and slowly kill a human being at dawn. They run in small autonomous cells called Nexions. They tell members to take insight roles and become a monk, a soldier, a criminal, or whatever destroys your old self. And they have 7 stages, a 7-stage path called the Sevenfold Way that takes decades. And the Sevenfold Way is one thing that really caught me. So the insight roles in the Sevenfold Way, it's weird. All right. To say the least, it's weird. Mm-hmm. So it has a planetary correspondence and it has different goals that it has to reach in each way. And the 7 folds is like the first one's a month to a year, which is 0, it's moon. Then it's Venus, which is 1 to 3 years to get through. Then Mercury, which is 2 to 5 years. External inept, which is Mars, it's minimum of 1 year, often 3 to 10 years. Jupiter, which is 7 to 15 years. That's level 4. Level 5 is Saturn, and level 6 is extremely rare to get to that. And then the level 7 is beyond death. The ones that caught me that struck me the most, and this is off the topic of 764. It's level 3, Mars. It says live in isolation with minimal equipment, usually 3 to 6 months during summer, and keep a black book of visions, dreams, synchronicities. Upon return, found or join a working temple Nexion and teach others. Okay, so you go out and you do your isolation and you come back. Then they want you to join, one of your insights. So then you go into level 4 and you live a complete insight role opposed to your normal life for several years. Example, become a monk, join the military, infiltrate a political extremist group, live as an opposite agenda, become a professional criminal, run a temple for others, perform a ceremony, a sacrificial ceremony or something. But what caught me the most was the opposite gender and the political stuff, the military. Are we getting Satanists? Remember, we always talk about,
Demonic.
all this demonic stuff. I mean,
Yep.
is this part of what's happening? I don't want to go too far out there, but is that part of it? So if you go into level 5, level 5 has return to society in a new role that furthers long-term enionic goals, political infiltration, art, writing, or creating new Nexions. Optionally, take the title Lady Lord of Earth, teach or guide others indirectly. So are we sending Satanists into our political aisles? Are our celebrities? I mean, what are we seeing here?
That's kind of if I can be honest about it, that's what I always heard. Like the big gatherings between the elites, the high government, and the elite actors and actors, Hollywood elites, was like that new world order or whatever. Like maybe even the Epstein Island or whatever, that was a lot like children, like these children. I know that they had all these women come out, right, saying that they were being used on that island. But the stuff that I'm hearing, and I'm not trying to squish that down, say, you know what, you were just a little twinkle in the sky. You have nothing compared to what else is going on. What I'm saying, it goes worse than that. I heard about children being abducted and pushed into that, not only for rape, but for like killing them and drinking their blood.
Yes, sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrificial reasons for these demonic, satanic stuff like you're reading here. Which,
and
I don't care if this gets out and people track me down and see where I am, come to my house. I mean, you're not, it ain't going to go easy, but if I go, I go. I know where I'm going. So I don't really care to talk about it because somebody has to. I mean, where's all these kids going? Where's all these missing kids?
Yeah, that's when I was going back into reading about this, and just to get a little background into how 764 became, where it is today. And I started reading more and more into 09A, or the Orders of Nine Angles, and seeing exactly what they're doing. And then seeing that they're saying this is a small percentage of people, it's not a very big club. But when I look at this, the stage of what we have in society as a whole, and I'm talking about the whole world, I think a lot of it is evil. You know,
I really
more
don't
than what I
see
would like to think.
I don't see that dude being on Sean Ryan if it wasn't that big of a deal. If it wasn't that big of a like encompassing, you know what I'm saying? Like if it didn't encompass a lot more than what he's saying, I don't think Sean Ryan would have him on there talking about a couple. What the notes say there was two separate British 09A cells that were convicted, and then it was banned as a terrorist organization back in 2021. So I mean, if it was just something small, Brian, if this thing wasn't a lot bigger than what even maybe our minds conceive it is, and like we were saying, Cat Williams. So anybody listening to this, go listen to Cat Williams talk to Shannon Sharp if you can find that. I've listened to quite a few bits and pieces, not the full thing, but bits and pieces. Try to listen to the whole thing because when you get bits and pieces, you just get your mind starts filling in the blanks. But he was getting at people like Prince and these different artists that sold their souls to the devil, Brian, to get fame and fortune, and he came and collected. You know what I'm saying? The last known thing of Prince was in a parking lot going to a black SUV with blackout windows, and next thing you know, the next day he was found dead
Yeah, I didn't
of
see that.
natural causes.
I need
I
to
mean,
watch
go
that
watch
interview.
Cat Williams will tell you the
Is that
people
the one
that are
he did with Shannon Sharp?
yes, and he's tired of
Okay.
hiding it, and he's tired of sitting on it. But he's talking about like Kevin Hart and all these people that have made, and Steve Harvey, and these people that made it bigger than what he did. He said, man, I was in movies, I did comedy and all this stuff. These guys went way above him because in order to get there, you had to sell. You had to sell yourself. And he wasn't using a metaphor. This dude was you could tell the weight he was getting lifted off of him just saying this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd been holding
Yeah,
it
just
for a
getting
long
it out.
time
Yeah.
to getting it out, but then scared too. I think he made comments that if something happens, you know what happened to me.
And I'm glad you see it the same way I do because I don't want to feel like so much of a freak, because when I first reading it, I was like, man, is there more to this? And I don't want to get too far away from 764, but I wanted to bring in the Order of the Nine Angels because it's quite possibly, I mean, I'm not going to just say it's them. There's a lot more of that, in this world that we don't know about. I mean, hell, I didn't know about this until last week. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm an expert on any of this, so anyone
And I'm
listening, I'm not
wondering if the
expert on any of this.
Order of Nine Angels is referencing the angels that were kicked out of heaven along with Lucifer. I'd have to go research that in the Bible where it speaks about, because it doesn't in Genesis. It's later on in the Bible that it speaks about Lucifer being, trying to come at God and all that, and got angels on board with him, and then God cast him out to the earth. And that's,
Okay.
I told you, the Bible states, because in the Bible, Satan even tempts Jesus, right? He comes to Adam and Eve in the garden, causes them to get, well, they made a choice and ate of the fruit, and then, right, and whether you believe it's a fairy tale or not, but then when Jesus went out in the desert and fasted for 40 days with no food and was out there just getting right with God right before he was going to be crucified, he knew what was coming. I mean, he felt the weight of the world on his shoulders, right? And he even asked God, if you can take this from me, do it. If not, I'll do what I'm told to do. He felt it, and Satan came and tempted him when he was at his weakest, and put him up on top of a mountaintop and showed him all these kingdoms and said, if you'll bow down to me and not God, I'll give you all this. Now, why would he said, I'll give it to you if it wasn't his? It's his. This world was his. You see what I'm saying? When he was cast down, God gave him gave him that. Well, when he got man to sin in the garden, he took the dominion that God gave the man over the earth. Now, Jesus took it back from him, but still, this is still, read your Bible. You're supposed to be of God, not of the world. And the world's everything not of God. So that's Hollywood and fame and fortune and sin, right? That's the world. and that's what these people are lavishing in.
Oh yeah,
It's,
yeah.
dude,
They
it's like they got their
reaching.
own little. They got their own thing, Brian. It's like, why are they so popular? Why are they so
that's
prosperous?
I have another episode I want to do on that. Honestly, I mean we can go real deep in that because there's a lot. And that basically what I was throwing that coal song for you earlier is a lot of that's what I want to go down. But
Well-
earlier you brought up. Hold on, I don't want to get too far off
Okay.
on 764
I
because I mean
know.
we can go way off, and there's a lot to talk about as far as just demonic shit in the
Yeah.
world. And I'm glad I have someone that has the religious background to to talk about that. But tonight I just want to go over this 764 thing, and I want to
And
touch
educate
on
people, yes.
and educate people, because I didn't know anything about it. Like I said earlier when we were talking, I mean I have grandkids, you have grandkids. My kids are old enough. Hopefully they don't get involved in any of this stuff. But I mean I don't want
Right.
to see them hurt. And if we can just reach one parent out there to help them and educate them, and maybe they can reach someone. I know we don't have a following, but I just want to get this out because I don't think enough people are talking about it.
Right.
And you were saying earlier about how small. Well, I was saying about how small they say that the order of nine angels are, and you were referring that we really don't know. Well, Ryan Montgomery he talks about how many they have on this. It's not really on the 764, but people that work in this manner that do this stuff to our kids. So
Right.
here's him explaining that one.
6-4 group F.
20,000, 30,000.
20,000
Oh, it's huge. They have an over 240-page manual on how to do this to children. They share amongst each other. 17-year-old member Nino live streamed himself attacking an 82-year-old man, and 2 weeks later, he murdered a 74-year-old woman on video who he believed to be Roma to prove his loyalty to the group.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they're laughing about it. So I went into the 15-year-old that started it. He started luring minors from Minecraft. That's where it all began. It all started with him luring minors on Minecraft to, sextort them and make them self-harm. The group was influenced by Order of Nine Angles, which is a Satanist group outside of the internet, which is a combination of Satanism, neo-Nazism, occultism, and all kinds of things. So, obviously that goes with, if I want to just read a list, it's rejected empathy, promoted ritual violence, belief in culling, which if you know what culling is, that means that real power comes from harming others without hesitation. So that's like a whole Satanist belief. And then there's a ton of offshoots, a ton of these other I got groups that I have notes that, no exaggeration, this long, full of different groups that are doing the same thing, full of members.
How many members does this 764 group have?
If I don't have an exact number on it, but if I had to guess, it's 20,000, 30,000.
20,000
Oh,
people.
it's huge. Like there is no shortage of these scumbags. No shortage.
How about that?
Yeah.
20,000 predators.
Tied to that. Not
Tied to
not
to
just
764.
yeah, not tied to just regular predators, but this type of stuff we're talking about. That's 20,000 that he knows of.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
Which-
guess that he has.
Yeah, and that's a guesstimate. And I mean, a lot of these guys, they live in the shadows, and I was like, how do they don't get caught? And I did some research on all that, and they use, like what you call those things, avatars, and
vanish.
and all these IP jump things and stuff, and
Yep.
all right. So I was trying to see how all this came together. So in 2016, 2018, there was some PDF leaks that were onto 4chan and Discord. Okay. And these teenagers who've never read Spengler or Crowley see the ruins and the swastikas and the blood rituals and think that's the edgiest things on the internet. And
Right.
it draws their attention because, they want to see all this. So a Discord server called CBLT, which they used as cult. So they used the V as a U, like Injustice. So CBLT starts. It's founded by a teenage dropout who himself was groomed on Minecraft. CBLT fuses neo-Nazi, 09A Satanism, and child sexual exploration. They target the most vulnerable kids they can find, LGBTQ, teens, suicidal kids, autistic kids, and turn abuse in the ranking system. CVLT splinters under the FBI pressure and mutates into 764 in 2021. The average age of the new leaders are 15 to 21. Average age of the new leaders of this sick group, 15 to 21. They believe pain equals power. The more someone screams, the higher you rank. And then they rank all this stuff in what they call lore books. So they take these lore books and whatever they can get someone to do, they put it in their book and then they can sell it to someone. So they can have this. What would you bring? The artists used to bring a portfolio. So basically they can hand you they can sell you a portfolio of all the satanic shit they did.
Right.
And one of the things they do a lot is cut signs. So if you don't know what a cut sign is, I'm about to play a video from Ryan Montgomery. He's going to explain a little bit on what they're doing to these people. Because again, it's unfathomable that people, yet alone other teenagers, are doing this to kids these days. And it not only are they doing it, but it's not known to everyone. It's
Right.
still hidden. And I think a lot of it's hidden because maybe they embarrassed, to tell anyone. And, maybe the parents, just aren't aware. And I'm hoping we can get some awareness. But a lot of these kids need help. And this is sad.
Yeah.
No, watch this from Ryan.
And you've seen that one. So this is the extortion side of things. I want to just show you some, not as, I don't want to show you videos of, what you're thinking, because it's too much. These are some of the cut signs.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That is the name of a person.
That is fucking deep cuts.
And that's the name of the group. That's another name of the group with, just pointless hate. This guy has a ton of victims. This is very deep.
Holy shit.
And if you read this one, oh no, let me get you the first one so it makes sense. Right here. It's hard to read, but it says,
Laughing as they called me names, reposted my videos and pictures. I stripped myself down. I don't recognize a single square inch of my body. It's all branded, cut up, and bruised.
Dude, I'm not even going to say these kids are idiots or what. I feel sorry for that, man, because I can't say what we would have done if we had access to that and somebody did that to us.
Yeah, and I guess the worst part is it starts, they meeting them in these kid groups, Minecraft and Roblox is a big one now,
Yeah.
Discord, and they're getting them to where, they befriending them, and then they're getting sexy pictures or something that, gets them to where they have a little leverage over them. And then once they have the leverage over them, they're going to send this out to their family. And I think what kids don't understand today, and maybe I'm just different, but if my kid came to me and said, Dad, look, I'm being extorted, they'd be like, I don't give a shit what you did. If they just showed me a cut on their arm, I don't care what you did. This stops tonight. I don't care what they got to send or whatnot. I mean, we can get beyond this, but this stops now.
Right.
So in these lore books, that's what they're getting is the cut signs. And some of them, is photos and videos of children carving users' names in their thighs, swallowing razor blades, stomping their pets to death, hanging themselves on live stream. 13-year-old Eve, Midwest, U.S., 2022. They made me carve rabbit into my thigh on live stream. 20 people counted down from 10. Still have the scar. 16-year-old Alex. They told me to stomp my hamster's head in while the server watched. I cried. They promoted me to a moderator. 14-year-old Myra. I swallowed 4 quarters of razor blades on camera. Blood poured out my mouth, and they just typed, good girl. Samuel Harvey, 25, Minnesota, December 7th, 2021, poured gasoline on himself and lit a match on a Discord live stream while a 15-year-old 764 girl coached him. You can do it. This will make you famous. He burned to death. April 22, in Romania, a 17-year-old German 764 member live streamed stabbing a 74-year-old woman 41 times. July 2025, Finland, two teen girls dead, suspected hanging, linked to a local 764 contact.
Yeah, but go back to that Romania one for ultra violence points. Like they're getting Call of Duty points for this stuff.
Yeah, that's the system.
It's like they're prestiging. This is their prestige. This is how they level up.
Yep.
Is by doing this stuff. Like the one that said became a moderator for stomping his hamster's head.
Yeah, and
like they promoted him.
Multiple ones that you can read about cutting their cats' heads off, killing their hamsters. One of them, and I think they have it later, lit a homeless person on fire.
Jeez.
I mean, it's just sick. What we said was 15 to 21 was the average of these guys, these girls or women.
The leaders, yeah.
Now, this next video I'm going to show you is also from the Sean Ryan episode with Ryan Montgomery, and this is just heart-wrenching. And it's
hey, real quick, 15 to 21, Brian, but we're sitting there including the Hollywood elitist and government. Like, I believe they're in something. Who's to say they're not grooming these kids, right? That this is the younger form.
No, it's quite possible. Yeah. I'm not. You're right. I mean,
this is the step up, right? This is the
youth.
This is the youth version of what we want you to become when you're an adult. You're going to be in our elite group.
It's quite possible, man. That's one way to look at it. No. I mean, that's a good point. That's why I wanted, your reactions to all this, because I mean, this is a lot to take in, and this is just high level. Yeah. Again, I'm not an expert on it. I just started reading up on this stuff.
Use a kid to recruit a kid. That's what I'm getting at. Adults recruit kids. Kids are taught stranger danger, right? But they're not with their own age. These kids become good friends on Xbox and all. I've got good friends on Xbox that I wouldn't know without it. Yeah. So anyways, go ahead.
And I don't do any of that stuff, online. So I don't really know. So I mean, that's a really good point. So I'm gonna go to this next video. Cut 4.
She's willing to cut herself over, cut her hair.
You what you need to do. You have 30 seconds. No. Oh no, should we press send?
Fine. No. It's much, okay?
Go. Start cutting. Chop, 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 chop. Safety scissors.
Yeah, they are really bad.
Keep going.
Listen to what happens next.
Please, just leave me alone.
Okay, I want you to take the hair that you cut off, right? I want you to put it in your mouth. I want you to say,
Are we good?
no, get a marker. Where's the marker? I mean, this is just step 1.
This is just step 1.
Yeah, that's heart-wrenching to hear that, and these keyboard warriors, you can hear the pussy in their voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Chop, chop. Chop, chop. Come on.
I mean, but they
don't even sound like alpha. They don't even sound like alphas. They don't sound mean. They don't sound like, they sound like some little rich, entitled kid, like you said, just barking orders at somebody because they got something to hold over them.
Yeah, it's just sick. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know how you get, to a level to where a human having control over humans, is something that you want to do is fun. I mean, we talked about last week, a form of prison by that teenager being stuck in that mobile home. And
Right.
that was a form of prisoner. I mean, this is a form of slavery. I mean, this is basically the same thing. And
Or the prison and the guard thing at Stanford University.
yeah, yeah, that too. Yeah, you give somebody just a little bit of power and see how far they're going on with it. But I guess, yeah, that man, the mind is weird, man. The mind
It
is
is.
weird. So my next question to myself was, I mean, how do you get kids to do this? My first question was, how do kids want to do, how do they want to hurt someone like this? And I really believe that they just don't know what real world consequences are anymore. I really
Right.
don't. I don't think enough people got punched in the mouth, when you were growing up, and
No.
if you said something and wrong to someone, I mean, you learn real quick what the pecking order was,
Yeah.
and at least in my life, and I don't think there's enough of that anymore.
Right.
And I learned my lesson. I ran my mouth a lot and I got punched in the mouth a lot. These guys could really deserve a punch. Well, they could deserve a lot more than that now.
Right.
Anyway, so it says there's this is just a few of them. How many of these we never hear of? I mean, we just hearing just of a few tonight. So that they recruit the broken, the abused, the lonely, and the suicidal. Then they blackmail them with their own videos. The only way to stop being a victim is to recruit new victims.
So you're feeding the process
Yep.
to
So
get out of
yeah,
the process, but you're never out of it.
no, regardless of how you look at it, either mentally or physically, you're scarred for life.
Yeah.
You know, they flood them with gore, praise them for every scream, and pay them in crypto and Discord roles. They give them 09A slogans so they feel like gods. Empathy's burned out and pain becomes their currency.
Mm-hmm. You ain't even got to have cash. You don't have to have money.
No,
You just got to put harm on somebody. And it's like that vicious cycle. That's because think about it, Brian. You get this person doing whatever, and then, like you said, the only way that you think that it's out of it is by bringing like pass it on, right? Passing it on to somebody
yeah,
else. But what does that do? That gets you in the game. So
yeah,
you had all this
and you
stuff done to you. Now you got to do it to somebody else to get where you're not being it done to you. So now you're a doer instead of a doee, and it's just a vicious cycle.
well,
It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going because it's not like they run out of people. Once you get people, guess what? You want me to stop doing it to you, Brian? You got to go get somebody, and I better see it, right? Or we're just going to keep doing this to you.
or you have to walk through the fire, and you just have to say, you know what, I don't give a shit if you send my
Yeah,
nudes
shit
out
or
or
die.
whatnot.
One of the two. You're either
Yeah,
killing yourself or you're just say, you know what, I'm done. But the kids are too weak minded to do that. I mean, how many are saying I'm done?
exactly. And
I mean, who pours
so
gas on themselves and lights a match?
yeah, and that was a 25-year-old man coerced by a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah. And
You
said
know
it'll
that,
be great. You'll be famous.
man. I
Eh,
don't know.
eh, Now I got a story too later. I got to keep a name out of it and all that, but I'll talk to you later off camera about more in depth on it. But yeah, continue on. I mean, yeah, you weren't kidding. I'm kind of glad I didn't read the script because this is some messed up stuff.
No, it's messed up, but I mean, I really think people need to understand it. They
No, they
need
do. Yes.
to listen to it. You can't shy away from these things, and I think that's the problem with a lot of societies. We shy away from talking about the hard things. Talking
Yes.
about the things that make you uncomfortable. Now we want to talk about politics and who's left and who's right, but what are all the stuff that's creating these problems? What is
Right.
warping our minds, and we don't want to talk about those things.
Right. If we can't get better as a society, the government stuff just doesn't matter. Politics, no.
No,
We're
it don't
always
matter at
going to
all.
sit there. No, because our morals are so out of touch, and we turn blind eye to things like this. I mean, this is bad. This is something I think all Democrats and Republicans and independents can all come together and say, this is wrong. We need to stop this.
Yeah, when you said it earlier about the kids and even sacrifice, but if we look at how sex trafficking has been going on and how many immigrant kids we've lost. Now you had adults that was doing all that. I would say for the most part. But now if you look back at kids on kids, I mean, where does this stop? Where does this stop? I mean, seriously, where does this stop? We have to stop this somehow.
I think the elitist, I'm telling you, think about it, and I'm not trying to go too far out there with the conspiracy theory, but Brian, that's obvious when adults doing it, right? Easier tracked, all that stuff. When you got a kid doing this to a kid, it's less detected because your kids are in there. You hear them in there having kid conversations when they're on their Xbox or PlayStation or their Nintendo Switch or whatever they're doing. You hear them having kid conversations. What do you say? Oh, Bobby found a new buddy in Timmy.
Yep.
You have no idea Timmy's getting your boy to take pictures of his junk and send to him, or Laura, right? Oh, look, Bobby's got a girlfriend online. Laura's getting stuff to hold over your boy's head to get your boy to go out and do some bad stuff.
Yes, yeah.
And we're so disconnected with our kids because we give them the electronic babysitter. And as long as they stay out of our hair, your kids too. I know they did. Mine did too. My daughter swore up and down her room was her room. Bullshit. That's my room. It's my house. And
I took the door off of my kid's room.
Well, I was getting close, but Miss Hedrick next door in the other room put her foot down with me, and I shouldn't have allowed it as much, but you can't have a kid in your house thinking that they can do whatever they want in the four walls and that door of their own room. Because that's where when kids are acting like that, that's because probably something's going on that they don't want you to know.
It's different when you shut the door and all you had in there was what you would, what was in there with you. It wasn't the whole world. Now, when you shut the door, you still have the whole world in that room with you. And you have to think that way. And you have to raise your kids and protect your kids until they can think and grow on their own. And thinking and growing their own is not 11, 12, 13, not even 16, 17. I mean, you have to watch over your kids. They're not your friends. And this gentle parenting thing has to go. Now, I'm not saying I was a great parent by no means, but there was something that changed in the late 70s, early 80s to where parenting just went different from the way we were raised. And I'm not saying we were raised correctly, but we were raised with more respect and in a totally different manner than what's going on today. So I don't want to get off too far off subject.
No, but real quick, if that dude's got videos of this, right? He was showing Sean Ryan all this stuff.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He didn't even show Sean the worst of the worst. He just showed Ryan.
But then here's the deal. You know how you kind of put a little halt to it a little bit or slow it down? You give us those videos to show our kids.
Oh, yeah.
And say, this is why I'm in your crap. Do you want to end up like this kid here? And don't say, well, it won't happen to me. It will. It'll happen to you.
Here's the
problem. It'll start out innocent, huh?
If you try to show those videos, then they want to protect your kids from those videos. Is that not ironic? Yeah. They won't protect your kids from the predators, but they'll protect your kids from watching the videos of what the predators did to other people.
Then you tell me who's got their hands in it there, Brian. Go ahead. Yeah. Carry on.
All right. So FBI, they look in all this, but again, this guy, Ryan Montgomery, he has his own little business, but here's a little comparison. First, I'm going to show you what the FBI does. Then we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then we'll go into what Ryan Montgomery does.
I don't want to talk negatively, but it's true. So I'll read it straight from here.
Here we go. Get ready to get pissed off, everybody.
Okay. So 764 adjacent discords and all of the, because remember, I'm not giving these people credit by username, not giving them credit by their group names. The only one that I'll talk about is 764 because it's only giving them what they want. They want recognition, these people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of subgroups, a ton of them that all are doing exactly the same thing, but I'll get into the whole story in a minute, but the FBI is part of 250 probes tying these streams to global rings. 250. So I was off by 10. The FBI.
Has found 250.
Probes. There's way more than 250 people doing this. There's more than 250 people in just one server that I would join to get some screenshots that I'm about to show you.
That's what the FBI has.
So that's what the FBI is doing.
Yeah, they're only looking at the 250. And he's talking about 20,000 people.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, you think the FBI has their finger on the pulse?
No. Brian, it ain't no different than them smoking them drug boats. You think that boat or two that they've smoked is the problem of drugs? No. It makes it look like we're doing something.
No, I agree with
I'm
that.
telling you, man,
I still
these
like watching people
podcasts and
on up,
stuff. I know, it's pretty cool. It's like a video game. But what I'm getting at is these podcasts, people start getting enlightened about it from other people. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. You don't have, well, we don't have the reach that the media has.
Right.
Now, some podcasts do. I mean, we don't have any reach. I mean, just being completely honest. But
Well, we could
podcasts
sometime.
don't have the reach. Now, I think the problem still is the mainstream media and a lot of people still don't have full belief in podcasts, still don't have full belief in the people themselves, which is sad. And I'm not going to say everyone's going to tell you the truth, or everyone's going to lead you in the right direction, but you get enough information from different perspectives to where you can make your own mind. Yeah,
Yes.
make your own judgment. And that's how it should be. You know,
Right.
you shouldn't just take your information from one place. Now, in this, I'm taking all my information from Ryan Montgomery because he's the expert on this, and there's not many people that do this. And I
Yeah,
I
it
trust
happened to
this
him.
guy. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
well, not this portion of it. Now he discussed in it that he's had, issues with
Therapists
predator,
and teachers.
yeah, therapists and teachers, right, with them, but not like this,
Yeah, not the group. Yeah. Okay.
Right, exactly. So here's Ryan talking about how his group approached this.
What has Sentinel done?
Sentinel, just in the last month and a half, almost 2 months, we've infiltrated 3 different groups that I don't want to name, but you'll see them. I would say there's 1,000 different users. The minimum 1,000
So you've probed 1,000,
users.
and
Yeah.
the FBI's probed 250.
I don't know if they're talking about, they're not really clarifying here. It's 250 probes. That's all it says. So I don't know if they mean users, groups, arrests, community. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't really know.
Well, it's definitely not arrests. Otherwise, it would say arrest.
No, it's
'cause
not
they can
arrests.
take-
The FBI hasn't done nearly as many arrests
This
as
is
they need to.
250 in a lifetime. Sentinel does it for 2 months and gets 1,000.
Yeah, and watch what happens.
How many people work at Sentinel?
that are
roughly?
working on this case specifically? This is an operation that I got to kind of cherry pick people involved. There's, if you don't count one of the main guys that's overseeing it with the feds, there's 6.
Six people.
6 people on this operation.
Wonder how many people at the FBI are working on it. Must be less than 6, right? I mean, if you guys got 1,000 in a couple of months and they got 250, and I don't know,
You're gonna
their
get my house lit
lifetime.
on fire, Sean.
Yeah.
Can you not have Patel on there and question him? Why are we not doing more with this? He ain't going to answer
I
that.
mean,
Right?
that would be a good angle, but yeah, he wouldn't answer that. I mean,
Well, we're doing the best we
So-
can.
so right now, as of November of this year, there's 5,000 to 15,000 known victims worldwide. This is from the information I pulled off of the internet. 350 plus open FBI investigations across 55 field offices. First ever U.S. federal terrorism charges against 764 members this year. They're not on the dark web. They start on Roblox. They're on Discord. They're on Telegram, private vaults.
Yeah, they're not even on the dark web, dude. Here we always talk about the dark web, and these guys are just straight out on the bright web, right there with your kids, where your kids are hanging out, and they're kids too, and they're that crafty.
And that's
15 to 21-year-olds that we think are ignorant, dumb, don't know what they're doing. If it was a snake, it'd bit them. And look at what they're doing.
They're sitting in the spare room or the basement, and they're attacking innocent people. You know,
well,
and they're
not
getting
going
their
far left,
jollies
the
off
Columbine.
of hurting people.
Yeah, the Columbine shooters. They were making weapons, like breaking them down, loading ammo, all that stuff in that one dude's garage, and his parents were there the whole time, and they're like, well, we didn't go in and check on them. We thought they were just having fun. Because parents, your kid could be in there torturing somebody on the internet and you don't even know it. And you and Johnny go to church tomorrow morning. Front pew. Johnny got his hands raised up, praising the hallelujah.
Yeah.
And the kid done had somebody carving his name or slut or something in their skin.
Yeah.
And you're none the wiser because my boy don't do nothing.
Do you know what Roblox is?
Yes, it's a game.
I had no idea until this week or last week when I first started
grandson
looking at
plays it. My son loved Minecraft.
Well, here you go. Listen to this.
Roblox, Minecraft, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat.
Okay, tell me about Roblox and Minecraft, because I don't know anything about gaming. I don't game. I don't.
Understood. I don't either, but it's part of the investigation. You got to, a lot of times I'm investigating, I end up on these games or apps, and Roblox is the one that I'll focus on the most because that seems like the majority of the issues right now.
I know little kids that use that game.
There's 75 million active daily users. So it's the largest children's game in the world right now.
I've been telling people too about what you've been telling me for at least 6 months now about the 764 code. None of their kids are off of it yet.
Yeah, most people they throw their iPad at their kid, they put them on Roblox, and like I said earlier, little cartoon characters running around the screen, no harm in it. But something that most people I see, like, you didn't seem to even know, but like they just banned a guy. There's like a young guy who was actually groomed and had issues for himself on Roblox. Who has a popular YouTube channel. He started catching predators on Roblox, just regular old predators that are interested in children, not these guys. And he got, to my knowledge, there could be more. There was 6 arrests. I saw 6 mugshots that came from this one guy. His name is Schlepp, and he went like mainstream on the media because Roblox sent him a cease and desist letter for being a vigilante on their platform. They did a press release saying that they're banning vigilantes from Roblox. Did a whole statement. You should see this press release. It's unbelievable that their excuses of why they think vigilantes should not be a part of Roblox. There are
All right, so I'll pause that real quick. I mean, do you believe that Roblox really wants to stop this predator shit, based off of what he just said?
Yeah, if this is out there, I'm sure it's not just him saying it on this podcast. I guarantee they've sent emails to Roblox's corporate or whatever. Dude, they're not going to shut it down. They're making millions of dollars off that game. It is. It's one of it is the biggest. Yeah, they ain't shutting it down, Brian.
I think vigilantes should not be a part of Roblox. There are a ton of predators. Is this
publicly available?
Yeah.
We'll post that up right now too.
Absolutely.
So this is the official statement from Roblox saying why vigilantes shouldn't be taking down pedophiles and sextortionists off of their platform. They want these people on there. They want these fucking people on there to
That's essentially what it's meant to me.
Your children, and your children are on here, and I'm fucking telling you, you better get them off. You better fucking get them off. It is going to happen to you.
Yes, these people, they're sitting, predators, if you've noticed, Every,
Dude, what the
parents,
fuck? What fucking parent keeps their fucking kid on there after we're telling them this shit?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's unbelievable to me, and predators hang out in spots where they can prey on victims. That's why there's so many teachers, why there's so many police officers, why there's so many parks that things happen at, or gym teachers, or people in positions of power where they have access to children. That's where predators end up, and then people are surprised by it. They wonder why. Like, why do you think these people took the job in the first place? Do you think that they weren't a predator, they weren't a pedophile prior to taking the job? Like, they've always been one. So when they're on Roblox, and it's the largest children's game in the world, obviously
it's the largest children's game in the world.
Yeah, largest in the world. So when
largest children's game in the world doesn't want people on the platform saving fucking kids.
That's
Are
exactly
you fucking
right.
listening to this shit, people? The largest video game platform in the world doesn't want to take any fucking measures at all to save kids. In fact, they made a press release discouraging it.
Yes.
A cease and desist.
Cease and
Sorry,
desist
not a
and the press release. Both.
You're fucking paying this platform money. There's millions of people that are going to listen to this, and I'm fucking telling you, you are complicit in this shit.
100%.
How fucked up is that?
Dude, was Roblox
I mean,
created?
you
for
listen to
this?
this, and it's almost speechless.
Did you just hear what I
Man,
said?
A lot of this stuff could have been. I mean, yeah, I understand exactly what you said. A lot of that. I mean, how far back does this go? If that's the question, you know, was Barney? You know, seriously, I'm not trying to be an ass, but how much of this stuff, you know?
Well, Brian, were we conditioned to start giving in to our kids that they can give in to their kids? Yeah, because my grandson plays this. I mean, he's 7. I mean, I'm gonna get
This
this
might
to my
sound
son.
harsh.
I mean,
This might sound harsh, and I won't say that it's all commission, and I'm not going to say. I think it's more of a class thing, and the reason I say that is people think that whenever you grow up poor, you grow up stupid, and you don't really grow up stupid, but you don't have your parents don't treat you the same way. You know, your parents are more strict on you because they want more out of you. And I noticed that a lot based on, my former marriage and how we both want to raise children. And my upbringing, again, I'm not going to say it was bad, but it was different than what my ex-wife's was. And I noticed, at first, whenever I seen how they wanted to raise the children, it's like, hey, man, look, they being nice, but at the same time, there was no discipline. It was, give the child what they want. And one of the things that I was always told was there's a story that, and I don't know if this is the true story, and it might be either way. I don't care, but I'm just going to let you know where this always went to. Is a story that this kid he wanted a peanut butter sandwich or something. I don't know what it was. He wanted something before dinner, and the parent told him no, that he wasn't getting it before dinner because it was going to ruin his dinner, and then he got hit by a bus or something. And they don't want to be the parent that doesn't give him the peanut butter sandwich. I don't want to be the parent that didn't raise my kid to where he knew not to run out in front of the fucking bus. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it. I want to be the parent that's involved enough to where maybe I'm not, with them every day in the school and understanding that, but I give him enough discipline and let them understand what respect is, the way when they leave my house, they know what right is. Now it might not be the greatest way to do it, but that's the way I looked at things.
I'm a firm believer I'm not granted to take another breath. I'm not guaranteed that. Neither are you.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we could have a widowmaker heart attack right now and just poop, go down, brain aneurysm, poop, go down, right? A kid, same thing, can have the same problem. I am not going to let my kid do whatever the hell they want to because they might die in 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Your kid died, and what did you deny him right there? You denied him to look at some porn on his phone? How dare you? Would you go back and allow him to watch it if you knew he was only going to have? No, I wouldn't. I mean, dang, people. Stop making excuses of that's late. It's lazy parenting. Brian, my mom and dad taught me this. It was harder on them to ground me.
Oh yeah.
They punished themselves by grounding me because when they took my stuff away, I wasn't in a very good mood and I was pestering. Mom, dad, mom, dad, mom, dad. If they'd have just gave me my toys back, Brian, I'd have left them alone. So in order to punish me, they punished themselves, right? You did it before. You had to take your kid's phone or turn the TV off. Where did they end up, Brian?
Shit,
Not in the room staring at a wall. They were right there in your face, trying to pester you to get their stuff back, right? They knew what they were doing. And you had to hold tight to prove your point.
Yeah, you have to hold your ground. But where I was going with this with the class and is whenever you're poor, and this is just from what I'm thinking, in the class society, you don't have as many you're not getting as much input on how to raise your kids because everybody's raising, you know what I'm saying? It's a closed house. You're doing what you have to do to raise your kid, and everyone knows that. I noticed that people that were richer, they wanted to talk to the parent down the street. They wanted to talk to this one. We didn't talk to. I mean, we talked to everyone, but we didn't go talk to that person's kid and this person's kid about this and this one. No, I mean that was how what we did in our home was in our home. We took care of everything within our home, and that was our business. It wasn't everybody else's business. But what I noticed everyone else is they all wanted to be linked together, and I'm thinking that link with their kids, it's what cost them in raising their kids in a strict manner because you with these people all the time and they can't see you being mean to your kids.
Right.
You can't do that. Now did you see what he did? Did you see what she did? You get all these whispers. When we did everything, it was behind closed doors because that's how you handled your business and your family. It wasn't in public. Don't get me wrong. Now you might have been in the damn grocery store and you might get your ass whooped, that, but you didn't.
Right.
Your family business stayed within your house.
It did.
Yeah. And I noticed a lot of the ones I was around, they had a little more money. It was different. They had everyone around and they would talk about it. We didn't talk about that stuff. Maybe your immediate family, but outside your family, you didn't talk about that.
Right.
So yeah, I agree that, that might have been that we were conditioned, but I believe that we see what they consider abuse in lower, I hate to say lower class, but it actually is in a lower class society because they're actually raising their kids the way they know how. That makes sense. Still the old way. And it's not abusive in most cases. It's just more firm than what the people would like to see.
Okay, so I'm about to take you deep on this one. You think these kids that this is being done to, if they had more discipline, respected their parents more and the rules and all that stuff, that we'll just say a good majority of them, like a high majority of them, would not have this happen to them. They would know not to send pictures, not to do. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe that? Because I do.
I believe that to a sense, but I'm not going to say that they would not send pictures. And the reason I say that is just
more kids than not. More kids than not, though. Take the 20,000 or however many this has happened to. Would it be a lot less number if there was more discipline and more structure in the home?
I think that, again, it's not so much sending the picture because I don't think I'm not going to say that's not the problem. That's almost more of a norm. I believe when they start asking them to cut and do all this other stuff.
Okay, they wouldn't go. I'm saying they wouldn't go to doing what these kids are doing, like cutting themselves and setting themselves on fire, stomping their hamster. They would run in there and tell mom and dad, "Hey, I screwed up, and this kid's trying to get me to do this," or they're going to put stuff out. And yes, I did send something.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think kids will do stupid things and can send the pictures out and not
Brian,
know
what did they take out of the house and what did they take out of school?
Oh, excuse me. Discipline and prayer.
Discipline and prayer.
Yep.
Anything with moral values and anything that taught respect and taught kids when we put those boundaries up. They took all the boundaries down. They took the power away from the parent and the school to hold kids accountable and all that stuff and to teach them this stuff, right? Think about it, man. They're wide open in this thing. Man, I think this stuff goes way deep. I really do.
And you're probably right.
Because kids, our age, we were getting our butts wore out at home and at school. And if you got it at school, you got it back at home, even worse. And we were getting punished, whippings, corners, smacks or sticks, twigs, whatever you got spanked with. Now, hey, there was some kids getting punched. Hey, there was some abuse. I'm not going to lie. Probably a lot of it. But the majority of us were not getting abused. We were getting spankings, and we knew, like still today, when I mess up, my butt starts stinging.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I was abused.
I still have respect for my parents.
Oh yeah, I had mad respect for my parents. I still have respect for my parents. There's still things.
That's
that I
what
won't
I'm
talk
getting
about in
at.
front of my
Kids today
parents.
don't. Yeah. Like if I'm trying to tell my daughter something that happened at home, she still at 26 wants to argue with me that she should have had more rights and that her room was hers and her secret place or what. It's not. And that's just how kids are. And that's why we allowed it. That's on me. And I'll take the blame for that. But I'm telling you, they took it away from us. The government did. The government took it out of the school. They took it. And dude, who's back there whispering on their ear? Demonic. It's demonic, dude. Take morals
again.
out,
That's the
and
reason
that's
why
what's
I
happening, dude.
opened
And they're
up with,
breeding these kids. Yeah, they're manipulating. These kids are what you said a calling, right? It's a calling.
culling. Yeah, well, yeah, when they do satanic rituals and what you call it?
Yeah.
What do they call when they kill? Sacrifice.
Sacrifices and things
So
like that, but still to make people do the stuff that they're doing to these people, that's satanic. And what are they doing? How'd you say that they get instead of, if they don't raise their hand, say, you know what, I don't care, if you let it go, let the pictures go, I don't care, and walk away. They're
yeah,
not
they
doing
just
that.
walk
What are
through the
they
fire.
doing? They walk through the fire, and then they got to go find somebody else to do it to get out of it.
Yeah, and that puts them
It's
in
a breeding.
twofold.
It's a breeding ground. They're breeding, man. And it's just going to keep breeding and breeding. And if you
This
can't
one
get
made
somebody,
me
you kill yourself. But go ahead.
All right, so this one made me sick. It doesn't really show anything. You know, it's a girl going through a lot, and then you'll see at the end why it makes me sick, and we'll discuss it after we watch it.
Here's that girl right here.
What is this?
This is just a girl. She doesn't hurt herself, but listen to what they say.
Just please.
Hold on.
I mean, we can make that happen. It's really simple.
Just please, no.
Okay, well, listen to us, babe. Come on. We're trying to help you out.
I just want to be left alone and
Oh,
leave
I
the server.
understand. But it's not that simple.
Can I please just do that?
You want to leave the server? I don't know if you ask her. I think she's got to work for it.
Yep, definitely.
The fuck is that? Are you like dyslexic or something? Holy shit.
I'm looking in the camera to do it.
Dude, you're stupid. Hey, can you hear us? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm 27 years old, by the way, and I want your daughter to do stuff for me.
Okay, that's fine. I'll report you to the police.
Oh, I'm sure you will, fatty. Can you leave the room, though? I'm busy talking with your daughter. I just saw her tits. She's like 16, I'm 27. Make her lift up her shirt.
I will be reporting you to the police.
You think it would end here, right? Watch what happens. The girl's back. The dad gives her the computer back.
What?
Yeah, watch. Watch. See? He's back. and he ends it with, "Do you want to die tonight?" But the dad gives that girl the access to the internet after he just saw and heard not even her hurting herself,
What
but
the
them threatening
fuck?
her. That's a bad parent, in my opinion.
That don't make you sick.
Dude, bad parent. I hope that dude that was on there ever listens to us or whatever, man. Go screw yourself, dude. Man, that's horrible. I
That's
pray,
horrible. I mean, but
yeah, I pray your God takes that from your daughter and just zaps her mind of that. You did nothing for your kid there. That's holy cow. You just give it back. Oh, well, all right. Show him your tits, baby. I mean,
yeah, he had a chance to stop it. Maybe say, "Hey,
I
look, baby, anything you're going through, let's talk about it. I mean, we don't need to do this,
jeez,
No,
dude,
just
that's
gives her back the
disgusting.
laptop. I mean,
That's gentle
yeah,
parenting right
it,
there for you guys. I'm just being honest. And she doesn't deserve to get tore down by him or anything, but he didn't even put his foot. He didn't grab it. I'd have snapped that laptop in half, took a baseball bat to it, and said, "Hey, that's nothing against you. That's that demon in there. That's what I'm going after. I ain't going after you. But give me all your electron. We're done. We're done with the internet for a while."
yeah, I that's a real eye opener there. And I would assume, I would love to be wrong, but I would assume that he wouldn't be the only person that would do that.
Oh, I'm sure it's a
And that's
lot
what's
of
sick.
parents. Yeah. So
So,
how do we help our kids there, Brian?
so how do we protect our kids, and not only your kids? I mean yourself, depending on how old you are. So, parents, teachers, anyone listening, here's the exact playbook that works. Step one: say this sentence tonight, word for word. If anyone online ever threatens to share a picture of you, a video of you, no matter how embarrassing, you come to me immediately. You'll never be in trouble, and we will fight them together.
It's a good
Step
one.
two: the 4 checks due this week. Look for fresh pattern scars, words, numbers, and runes. Check Roblox Discord purchases, unexplained Robux, Nitro, Steam gifts, or bribes. Ask to scroll every private server. Refusal or panic is a red alert. Randomly ask to see the camera roll. Deleting in front of you is a scream for your help. Step 3: same day reporting. There's multiple sites you can go to. TakeItDown.org removes images in hours. Report cybertip.org's official report, and the tips FBI.gov threats and violence. Step 4: put these numbers in your phone right now. 988 suicide and crisis lifeline. Text home 741741 and 1-800 the loss. 1-800-843-5678. Warning signs to watch for: long sleeves in summer, hiding cuts, unexplained gifts or crypto, sudden obsession with true crime or edgy Discord servers, mood swings, withdrawal, fear from own phone. If you see clusters of these, act. Delaying turns victims into next generations of predators. They're not hiding on the dark web. They're inside the same glowing rectangle your child falls asleep holding every night. 764 is counting on your silence, your shame, and your disbelief. Take those 3 things away tonight, and you just might save a life. This is deep, and it's dark, and I just wanted to go over it. I hope we can reach at least one person, and just open their mind. And if you know someone that has children, reach out to them and just look into it. You don't need to go in all the deep, dark things that these people are doing. You just need to know enough to protect your kids. You got anything, Jason?
No, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna go at my boy and tell him to take it off, and tell him to
Yeah.
watch that podcast with Sean Ryan. And and Roblox is almost saying, "No, we promote this. It's good for our business."
Yeah. It'd be good for, see enough people pull their money away and maybe they'll start doing something. But if they start doing something at that point, is it worth trusting them again?
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
the whole thing is to make sure that if they're going to play a game or something online, that there's no audio, there's no chat, and there's there's ways you can block that and stop that. So, and then I'm going to tell my brother too, because he's got a boy that'll be in high school next year in 9th grade. So, yeah, I'm glad. I thank you for educating me. I mean, this is disgusting stuff. It's hard. I'm upset about it and just thinking about what's going on. But it's something that we can't just. It's like people when you don't feel right in your body. I had to get that way too. I always felt if I didn't go to the doctor, nothing was wrong. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't feel right, if something ain't going right, if when you wipe or there's blood or or you pee and there's blood or whatever, or your heart don't feel right, your chest don't feel right, something don't feel right, go to the doctor. Same thing with this. If something don't feel right with your kids, don't just blow it off thinking you're going to offend them. They could be in there suffering. And you talk about that kid not getting the peanut butter jelly sandwich and then getting hit by a bus 5 minutes
Yeah.
later, your kid could be in there suffering and fixing to take their life because of this stuff. So get all in their stuff. That's your, as a parent, that's what you're supposed to be doing is protecting your kids and your wife. As a man, you better protect your kids and your wife. That's your job. And if the single moms out there or single dads, I don't care who you are, you protect your kids.
Well, see it.
Shame on you if you aren't. Don't give them the damn computer back.
All right. Well, this was Sense and Senseless. Like, subscribe, follow, and we appreciate your time. I'm Brian.
I'm Jason.
He's Jason. I'll talk to y'all next time. Thanks.
Peace.